Welcome everyone to the Anything Vlog, where I vlog about everything and anything. I'm EvoEightRich, and today I'm going to do something pretty cool. I'm going to put some Eibach Sportline lowering springs on the SRT-4, which is right over here. We bought the springs a while back. I think it was about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. And so I'm finally going to get the time to do it. I had to clean the garage out, get everything, all the cars moved. So we're going to get it done. So it's going to be lowered, if I can remember correctly, I think it's 2.5 in the front and 2.6 in the rear. It's quite a bit, but there's a big gap. Let's go check it out. Alright, so as you can see, there's a pretty big gap in the front and even a bigger one in the rear. This car sits really, really high. So like I said, it should be 2.6 in the rear and 2.5 in the front, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and measure just roughly with the tape measure from the top of the fender to the top of the tire. Obviously you're supposed to measure from the center of the hub to the fender, but for now we're just going to get a measurement to see where we are. That way we have a reference from when we're done. So it looks like it's pretty close to about 3 1/4 from the bottom of the fender to the top of the tire. It's pretty close to that. That's more like looks like 2 3/4 actually. About 2 3/4. To the center of the hub, about 15 inches. So we'll check the back now, see what the back has. Okay, from the top of the tire, the bottom of the fender, it's about 3 inches. And it looks like it's a little less back here, 14 3/4. Something like that. Between 14 3/4 and 15. So it's hard to tell. But that's a starting point anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pull the car in the garage, take the wheels off, get it up on the jack stands. And I'm not going to show you all that because if you don't know how to do that, you shouldn't be doing the springs to begin with, like I said in another video. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a short clip of when I went and picked up the springs. Alright, so let's get to it. Place, Cars Plus Performance. Like I said, I've got a lot of parts here before, so we're going to pick up the springs. There they are. Sorry, I do YouTube videos. That's Bill? No. Doesn't want to be on camera? That's cool.
Be out.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay, so your balance is a 1.
Oh. Yeah. Alright guys, big box. I'm trying to hold it at the same time, but we'll throw it in the trunk. And then we'll head to car wash and wash this baby up. Oh, it's even gonna fit. Whew, look how dirty it is. Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, the guy that, his name is Bill, by the way. The guy that I buy parts from, which I bought a lot of parts from, he doesn't want to be, doesn't want to be on camera. Doesn't want to be on film, which is cool, no problem. But anyway, so that's why I bought it. That's why I order them. I can order them through the mail, whatever, get them sent here like I've done before, but every now and then I get parts from him. He's a real good guy, so I want to kind of help the small business out. Plus, he's a friend of mine. Anyway, let me show you some of the tools that you might need. I apologize for the saw, but they're always doing work over there, so hopefully you can hear me. All right, so here's some of the tools. I'm just going to kind of point them out. You can stay over there. I'm just going to point them out. You know, this is some of the stuff you might need. Obviously, a light, so you can see what you're doing. You got cutters. You got WD. I'm going to spray these on and let it sit for a while because they might be tight. Obviously, your impact with your sockets. These are spring compressors, so you can compress the spring. I'll show you that when I get there. Hammers. You know, just different types of pressure wrenches and stuff. Some more sockets and ratchets. This is a torque wrench. You need this to torque things down. Breaker bar, break things free. And some just more sockets. These are metric and standard sockets. And that's just some of the stuff you might need. A flashlight. You're definitely gonna need that. I'm not sure. I might need a screwdriver or two. If I do, then I'll go ahead and use it. But that's basically some of the stuff. Okay, now if you can see the car, we got it on the jack stands. Jack stands they're close, but that's nice and sturdy there, and it's a solid beam. So that's good. So that's how you want to get it in the air. I'm going to show you now what parts you need to take off in order to get them off. Okay. So in the rear, what you have your sway bar here, and you have the link here. So you have to take this nut out and remove the sway bar. Sway bars stay here, but you remove this piece, the tubing. And then you have to take the brake line off the back of here. And if you want to get the camera up over here, you got this nut right here where my finger is. Hopefully you can see that. You remove that, and the one below, rock this downward, and then you have the two bolts on the inside where the trunk is, and it should come out. Alright, now, the front, a little different. You have the brake line back here. You have another line here. It looks like some kind of ground or something. Not sure what that is. Take that loose. You have your two big bolts here. And these are going to be pressed in, so you're probably going to have to tap them out. So it's best to get this nut loose. Put the nut on the end here, so it's here, and you tap the nut. You're not tapping on the thread. You're flattening it. That's why I'm going to put the WD in here as soon as I get done and let it sit for a little bit. Then you'll be able to rock this down. Take these three nuts off the top. 1, 2, and 3. And that should drop down. And that's how you get it out. Okay, so let's go back out there and we'll open up the box. Alright, so here's the box. Let me go get the cutters. Alright, here's the box. Obviously you can see we didn't open it, so we're going to open it, as I say, live but recorded. Alright, so we'll open it up here. I don't even know what they look like either. I imagine they're going to be red. Eibach springs are usually red, but we're going to find out together. This box has been sitting in the car for about 2 weeks. Alright, so here we go. Ta-da-ta-da. There it is. Beautiful. So you got Eibach. It says, just shows you some of the stuff they sell. Nice Mustang on there. Sway bars and all kinds of stuff. Here's your springs. Obviously these are your rear springs. Oh, it looks like the bump stops. I'm going to replace bump stops. Like I said, I haven't even looked in this box yet, so first time. Here's your noise. Keep the noise down. Here's your rear spring. Much bigger. See, they're progressive springs. Tighter on the bottom than the top. And these look like the front. Yep. I'm going to go like that in a minute because the logo should be up. Looks like they're a different color red. Look, the front and the rear are actually different colors. They're both red, but this is more like a maroon. It says Sportline right there. That's really weird. So I guess they go this way. Yeah, they go that way. You always want to have your logos facing up. This one here. It's strange, but different colors. But there they are. So those are the springs. So it's a little different than my car. The front ones are quite a bit smaller, so it's a little bit different because I noticed the front and the rear, they're pretty hefty. It's odd how they're different colors. Anyway, so that's them. So we're going to start removing the parts. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I take apart. I'm not going to show you every single nut and bolt. I'm going to show you, most of it, because otherwise the video will be a million times, be really long. And so I'm going to show you as much as I can, give you an idea so you know basically what you have to do. All right? All right, let's move on. Got it? All right, so what you're going to do is you got to pull the brake line off. You can see it should just come right off like that. Then the next thing you have back here is you have this line as I showed you earlier. So I basically just got to ratchet in there and see if we can take it off. So I try to hold the light at the same time. Not gonna be that easy. Obviously not. There we go. You just remove that like so, and then you have to take these two big ones out. So let me remove this and then we'll get to the big ones. Alright, got this out back here. It's just a wire. Obviously the brake line I showed you already. Now the bottom nut's off, top ones, these ones came off okay. On my car it's harder. So you want to put the nut to where it's almost on, where it's flush, and then you can hit it with a hammer. These are pressed in, so we'll see how it works. Oh, these are going to be nice and easy. So these ones shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so you do the same see the grooves there in that bolt. That's why it's like pressed in, it's keeps it tight. I'll do the same thing on the bottom and then I'll pull this down. Alright, so let's do that. Go ahead and pause. Alright, so now I got the bolt almost ready to come out. Let's go ahead and pull it out. And this should lower right down. It should separate. from the strut here. Let's get it separated. I need to get a screwdriver or something in there. You see it's coming loose. Just gotta wiggle it loose like that. There we go. Now this shouldn't fall. So now it's loose. Now all I gotta do is take the bolts loose on the top and take it out. Alright, as you can see, I only have one nut holding this. What I did is I scribed a line right here so I know that it's going to be lined up, so when I remove this cap, because I have to remove this cap, that everything will be lined up the same as before. So I'm going to take this nut out and try to get it out. You got to hold it from underneath at the same time. This last nut out of here. You show from underneath, it'll be better. Got to wiggle it. Okay, now let's see if I can get it out of there. Watch your brake line. Tangling it behind the brake line. There we go. You pull it out like this. Watch your brake lines. Very important. All right, there you go. That's how it comes out. See, that's why I made this line right here, because this has to be ordered right when I put it all back together again. So now I got to get it out there. Spring compressor on. Remove all this, remove this, put the new one on. That's how you do it. As you can see, I got the spring compressors. I only could get them on these inner ones, on both sides. I would have liked to get something a little higher, maybe right here. But you get them as far as you can. It should relieve the pressure. I'm going to go ahead and take this off now. But I want to keep it pointed in a safe direction in case this flies off. This will fly one way, that will fly the other. So let's try this. Like that. Ooh, it's getting cold out here. You want to keep everything oriented where it goes. Everything down so you know where it goes, and just pull everything apart. You'll take this top ring off, like so. That's where it goes. And then you'll basically take this ring off. It's been in there a while, so it might be hard. Just like that. Get the dust covers in the way. There you go. Like that. There's your bump stop. We'll have to cut that according to the specs. But that's how you do it. First one done. Everything back on. See the Eibach is upright. Make sure that you line up in your notches here and on the bottom. Bump stop. This kit wants you to use the new bump stop for the front two, and then your rear you're going to cut. So that I put one of these inside already. But that's one down. We'll put it back on. We'll do the other side, which I'm not going to record, the other front side. And then I'll record the rear. We'll do the rear, and then we'll go from there. That's what we got to do here in the back. Back's a little bit different because in order to get to this bolt here, you have to remove the caliper. So you have your caliper here, and it's in the way, obviously, so you have to remove it in order to get to these bolts right here. And then you have to loosen this long rod so you can disconnect it. I'm going to disconnect it now from the sway bar. Let me pull the nut out here and you'll see what I'm talking about. You pull the long bolt out. Long bolt. It goes on the bottom. Now you take the middle piece out and it's disconnected from the sway bar. Now you can get it out. On this side over here, you take away the brake. You can take this nut out if you want, but I just take it off of here. It's easy enough. Pull these two out and then take the nuts off the top. Let me show you. Here's the nuts on the top. Hopefully you can see that. You pull back this, and I just left that one in there, but you have two more that are here. Right the front. And then, in case you didn't know what I was talking about on the other side, this bolt here and this bolt here, you take them out and then the caliper will come off. Alright, so now we're going to pull it off, and then I'll show you how I do the spring on that side. Here's the one from the back. It's out. As you can see, the springs To be honest with you, they look a little pathetic. I mean, it's like 3 coils. Now I got the spring compressor on compared to these. Look at the difference in the spring, not only quality but the coils. I mean, it has 3. That's really crazy. So this is not only going to be not stiffer and handle a lot better, it's going to be lower. All right, so I'm going to tighten these down and take it off and put the other one on, and I'll show you how it goes when it's off. That's the right rear. See how there's much more coils in there. Make sure your riding is in the upward position, and all these are lined up properly. They will sit. The spring will sit. The end of the spring will sit in there. That's pretty trippy. This actually says SRT on it on all the parts, so make sure they didn't put them on the regular car. All right, guys. Tires are on. There's your spring in there. Car's still off the ground. Obviously, you can tell by the gap. That's the back. Here's the front. You can see that in there. Everything's ready to go. Okay. A lot of work. All right, the back were really a pain in the butt. I couldn't get it lined up. It was to get those bolts lined up was a real pain. So now I'm going to do lower it down to the ground and then pull it out in the street. Show you what it looks like. Alright guys, alright, there she is. If you look at it, I'm going to look at it from a distance first. See, the gap is gone. Very little gap. Let's look at the back. Nice and tucked. One of those frog tires sticking out along the side like it's a 4-wheel drive. Off-roading, they're nice and tucked in there like they belong. Looks good. So like I said, I'm going to try, right after this part of the video, I'm going to try to find a video I did before where I showed a different gap, or showed the car and maybe blend it together. So if it works, you'll see it right after this. So actually, before I do that, you can see compared to my Evo, that's the way the Evo sits. If you could tell or not on camera, the SRT-4 there, it looks good. Alright guys, really that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you liked it. If you liked the video, please hit the like. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you'd share my videos, I greatly appreciate it. To all my new subscribers, hope you like this video. It looks good. The car looks awesome. And so, came out fantastic. It looks really good. So we got all the cars here real quick. See the Evo right there. Obviously the SRT-4, all lowered up. Lowered up? I don't know if that's even a word in that form anyway. And my son's, other son's Mustang. That one's lowered up, as I'd say. That one's lowered too. That's all of them. And here's the ST, which is completely stock. But it doesn't sit that high, this one's stock. Alright guys, like I said, that's going to do it. Hopefully you liked the video. And I know it's been a while, but it came out really good. So, the only thing I'm bummed about is, like I said, I forgot to do the official before and after and blend, but hopefully it worked out and you guys could see the difference. Alright, so if you have any questions, just hit me up and I'll get back with you. And thanks for watching. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Well, I'll be somewhere else doing something else. Bye. One quick thing, I know I said goodbye, I forgot. I shouldn't have. Forgot to put it in the video, didn't forget. Today is my oldest son's birthday, the one with the Mustang. He is 30 years old, so he's an old man now, just like me. So I just wanted to tell him happy birthday, I love you. He's in Cabo right now. I almost forgot to say it on the video. So, Rich, if you're watching this video, I love you. And hope you're having a good time over there, and I'll see you when you get back. All right, see you later. Bye.